If you're one of the people who listens to or watches, now that there's a video format, my podcast, you're probably anticipating a new episode today. 2 weeks ago, we talked about part 1 of the stolen French crown jewels, and part 2 would normally be released today. But it's my birthday week, so I've given myself the gift of breaking my own rules and posting the podcast episode a week late. It's going to be out next Wednesday, but until then, I thought I would show you the piece of jewelry that the 3 jewels that we'll be discussing are related to. This crazy piece is a replica. The original no longer exists, but it is a representation of the insignia of the Order of the Golden Fleece, a chivalric order that actually still exists today. This was made for Louis XV. He was a member of the Order of the Golden Fleece, and it housed 2 of the 3 stones that we're going to be talking about next Wednesday. The French blue diamond, which we now know as the Hope Diamond, and the Côte de Bretagne spinel, the one that looks like a very delicious gummy dragon. The 3rd stone that we're going to be discussing, the Grand Sapphire, was not actually put into this piece, but was a contender for one of the main stones. This entire piece was stolen in 1792 along with the other crown jewels, and it was never recovered intact. The French blue was taken out of it and recut into what we now know as the Hope Diamond. The Côte de Bretagne spinel was recovered and sits in the Galerie d'Apollon at the Louvre, and the Grand Sapphire was donated to the National Museum of Natural History in Paris, where it's still visible today. All 3 of these stones have interesting histories. Of course, the Hope Diamond has the most interesting. That is the stone we're going to spend the most time discussing next week, and I have opinions. Namely, that the modern Hope Diamond is quite ugly compared to the stone that it was cut from. So no podcast this week. We're going to be a little light on content because I'm giving myself some time off, but I'll be back next Wednesday with a full video podcast episode about these 3 stones and this crazy insignia of the Order of the Golden Fleece.